Workplace safety is about more than just compliance. It requires a genuine culture of care. This panel discussion, moderated by Charlie Sherlombus, Coordinator, Research, Stakeholder, and Public Relations with IHSA. Charlie, your title is harder to say than your name. We'll explore the transformative impact of IHSA's awareness campaign. See something, say something. In the high-risk transportation sector, building a strong safety culture does not happen by chance. It requires accountability and action to prevent devastating consequences. Please welcome Charlie, who will introduce his panelists to you.
The IHSA See Something, Say Something, Keep Your Promise campaign is grounded in a critical truth. Workplace safety isn't just policy. It's a shared responsibility. Every worker, every supervisor, and every employer plays a role in keeping people safe. We all know that in real life, it's not always that simple. People hesitate. Sometimes it's uncertainty. Sometimes it's a fear of speaking up. And sometimes it's a belief that it's not my job or somebody else will do it. And unfortunately, we've seen the consequences of those moments of hesitation. This campaign was shaped by real events where hazards were seen but not reported, and where outcomes were life-changing and sometimes tragic. That's why this conversation isn't just about awareness, it's about culture. It's about creating workplaces where people are encouraged and expected to speak up. Leaders listen and act when concerns are raised, and everyone feels responsible, not just for their own safety, but for each other. Because when someone speaks up, they're not just following a rule, they're keeping a promise to their coworkers, to their families, and to themselves to return home safely at the end of the day. So to bring this message to life, we're going to start with a short video. This story is a powerful reminder of what's really at stake. It puts a human face on safety and the impact that one moment can have on an entire family.
Build the roads, service the roads, we're on the roads. So it's very important that we raise the profile of road safety, and very happy to be here. And I'd like to pass it over to Jennifer.
Thank you. And I'm a family member and volunteer with Threads of Life. Have been since 2013. It was the spark, besides the police officer telling me to, deja vu, that was the other spark. I didn't realize I wanted to be, even share a story or anything, but I think there was little moments where it was building, and the Threads of Life, after the forum, it just started building that support and that connection. It felt like family. So then I went to the walk in the spring, their fundraising walk, and met more people, and I just really found it comforting. And then in 2018 was the big turning point. I decided to be the family spokesperson. Well, they asked me, and it was only 5 minutes, so I said, okay, I think I could do that. And so then, and they said, oh, there's never any news, there's never any media in Barrie. So I said, okay, I can do that. And they said, even if you want to do 2 minutes. So I was like, okay, that's good. So then next thing you know, Rogers is there. I'm like, wait a minute, you told me no media. So then I don't do media. So then I thought, and then they recorded me, and I'm like, oh no, what have I done? But the Threads of Life, my mentor, or I felt like a mentor there, Joanna, she's like, don't worry, you did really well. So then I thought, I better tell my brothers, just in case. And so when I told them, next thing you know, everyone came up to the walk that year, and they were just blown away by the community. Where did you find these people? And that's been their comfort zone ever since, coming up to the walk. And then I decided I better take the Speaker Bureau training, because I'm not a natural like my dad. And so I took the training, and then it just kind of evolved where that support is just like a comfortable family, and I've got to know the people. So I felt like I've grown up, and then it's translated to my kids being part of, the volunteering and part of the support network. And, it's really amazing how it's, they've done poems, my son's done his own speech, and so they're taking it, they're making their own connections.
These things are hit you really hard, and they happen quickly, and you're just left in a position to deal through. And, you know, the most recent incident we had somebody in our fleet suffer a very serious injury where I had to take the lead and carry the company through. I'm still personally, I can sit in front of this room and admit that it hasn't affected me quite deeply. And being able to represent the company and to care for the family and show the family that myself as an individual as well as the company is there for the family helped me get through. Building the relationship through it was really a good thing. We're still in touch every day, and it takes a terrible situation and makes it better. So, you know, see something, say something, and there's one part which I believe on there, and that's do something. And that follow through from management and from leadership is very important. So,
Speak up. It takes two kind of points there. You need a culture that is encouraging workers to speak up. So the employer needs to create that psychologically safe workplace where employees are encouraged to speak up without fear of reprisal, without retaliation, and actually incentivized to speak up. So I think that's a very important thing, because if they identify a hazard, they want to be empowered to say, hey, something's off or something doesn't look right. Someone might be struggling. They look off. They don't see themselves. That's also a way of speaking up. And so from an employer perspective, it's starting with creating that environment. And then two is what Justin said is you need to take action as an employer. Because if you don't take action, you don't make positive change, you don't close the loop, you don't follow up, then it just falls on deaf ears, and then you're gonna have people, well, why speak up, why bother, right? Does nothing about it if they just continue on. So I think that's a very important part of the employer perspective, is taking the action when something comes forward, encouraging those to speak up, and recognizing when they do.
Hey, don't wait. Don't assume somebody else will. Your voice could be the reason that somebody makes it home. And that's what this is all about. Number 3, we all have a right to get home safe. Not most days, not when it's convenient, but every single day. Culture doesn't change because of conversations like this. It changes because of what you're all going to do next. So I ask you all to take this message back with you, reinforce it, act on it. The moment you choose to speak up is the moment that you choose to protect somebody else, and that is, at the end of the day, how lives are saved.